Hi, this is Sabrina, and this is my first session with Jack. I just walked him into the arena, and I'm trying to figure out what he's about. How does his mind work? Very quickly, I can see he can't stand still long. He wants to be right up against you. He thinks the world's scary. Look at him. He's keeping an eye on it. He can barely focus on me other than he wants to keep me in close proximity to him. He wants to be in my pocket, and that is his comfort. I'm trying to get him to focus by doing little snaps on the halter and then also making it a little uncomfortable for him to be in my space. I kind of tap him on the shoulder if he whinnies like he did right there and so forth. This isn't something that he's just disrespectful of people. You can see him here. I took a short video of him at the post. You can tell he's biting the panel. He's flipping his nose up. Some of the things you see with him in groundwork and that you've talked about that he does on halter. And that I found out pretty quickly. He's got so much anxiety. Like right here, he's like, I got to get off of this. I need to protect myself. So I spent a lot of time working on him with lunging. While this is a common practice for groundwork, this was particularly useful for him just to get him moving in the direction that I wanted him to, at the speed that I wanted him to, and most importantly, keeping some space off of me. You can tell he kind of gets distracted and he's dragging me around a little bit. That's something that's pretty normal with everybody that comes in here that has that anxiety. So I'm just keeping working him. When he gets distracted, I swing the lead rope and trying to get him to focus. There's a little stillness. I was pretty happy with this, but you can see he went straight to winning, and then what's he do? He comes right up into me. So I'm not going to make a real big deal about it. I'm just keeping him working, keeping his feet moving. Like, hey, I need you to focus on me. I need to focus on where your feet are and not being in my space. Yield the hindquarters. You'll see that get better in time. He's supposed to just yield and back up. After I got him to pay a little bit more attention to me, then I did some desensitizing, but I could only get his attention for so long. He kind of pushed into me, and I had to get a little rougher with him than I would typically like to, just because he was very persistent about being in my space. And with how big a guy that he is, that's not good. Another thing I'm working on is his leading skills. I want him to follow alongside me nicely, not rush me like he tends to do. He gets very hyper and wants to get ahead. So I keep just continuing to stop him and back him up. I want him to stop and back up as soon as I back up, which he's a little new for that. So of course that's not what he's going to do. So I'm just leading him along. I'm going to stop my feet. He's supposed to stop. He kind of went ahead of me. He wasn't paying attention. So I'm just backing him up here. Backing him up. Tap, tap, tap on his shoulder. Saying, get out of my personal space. That time he kind of looked at me a little. He was a little slow on the back up, but it was speeding up. I went back to lunging at the end of our session here just to work on him really focusing, and you can see how much of a challenge this was even after those exercises. That's just something that's going to take some time to get rid of. So here is day 5, and you'll see a huge difference with him. Notice I'm barely tapping his shoulder. I have finger light pressure. Now I can actually spend time rewarding him and having a good session with him. He's yielding his hindquarters and staying out of my space. He's being patient when I switch sides. You can tell his overall anxiety level is getting better. He's getting into a work ethic. Finger light pressure backing up, that's what I'm looking for. This will get better. He'll get to where he backs up straight and smoother, but that's pretty good for now. Coming back to the lunging, by day 5, you can see he's already starting to do a lot better. He's pulling me around a little bit, I won't lie, but that takes a little bit of time. It's not his fault, it's just something that takes a little bit of time to get through. That's much better. He's getting to where he'll stay out there, give me that personal space. You notice I went to the opposite side there to turn him. That's something that while he's new, that's kind of as much as I can ask of him right now, but you'll see where that gets better. And he's really starting to respect my space by day 5. So here is a week and a half in. Until all I need to do is kind of flutter my fingers a little bit, and he's stopping and backing up. He's paying very close attention. His ears are in resting mode. He's not looking around with anxiety of what's going on, where am I? I'm changing different spots in the arena where I work him all the time too. Pretty soon we'll be going even out to the pasture. Now take a look how much better we're doing. He's keeping space. He's light on my hands. He's got slack in his lead rope. I'm very proud of him for this. Got a little distracted, but as soon as I yielded his hindquarters, he's like, yes, ma'am. This wasn't even something where I needed to get rough. It was just repetition, giving him a job, teaching him that he's okay to be working out here. He doesn't need to be right up against somebody. Lots of desensitizing and exposure has really helped this out as well. It's very patient. He's starting to back up just when you wiggle the lead rope, which is really good. That takes a bit of time. And then he's getting very light in the face, just finger light pressure there to back him up. Now I can do desensitizing with him, and he's fine with it. It's not a big deal anymore. This is a good little exercise here. It's a twist. So they have to go away from you, give you space. They also have to give to pressure, yield the hindquarters, stop, turn, and face you. A whole lot of stuff in one little exercise. And you're going to see this get better and better as the program goes on. So that is where we are as for videos right now. Currently, Jack is in the stage of desensitizing with things on the saddle now. He's been desensitized to bags, tarps, things like that, but now he's wearing a saddle. He has pool noodles and bags on it, so he's fine with that, making him a good trail horse for the future. He's also ground driving to learn all specialties and good steering and stops and backups from the ground, and he will begin riding very soon. I've been working him at night under the lights, so I don't have videos of that, but you'll see the finishing project very soon. So stay tuned and enjoy.